Hi guys, it's that time again. Which is better? And it'll be between Taken Over by Overkill and Game Over by Nuclear Assault. And before I continue, I'm going to be leaving links in the description down below to check out songs by Death Angel. And even links to check out my Instagram and Twitter pages. There you get to see what songs I'm listening to, as well as what my band merch collection looks like. So looking at the Taken Over album by Overkill, it was released in 1987, and by many this is considered a thrash metal masterpiece. And listening to it, I was blown away by how good it was. As a listener that often analyses albums quite closely and paying close attention to the structures and repetition, I don't think a single note here was wasted, even a single riff, melody or vocal line. It doesn't appear too much or too little. It's a good balance of everything. The vocals by Bobby Blitz Ellsworth are amazing, and that's his voice. It's not perfect, but it's perfect for this type of music. Sometimes I ask myself, why is this album so good? And the answer is very simple. The songs are superb, and a variety of them just adds to the whole experience of the album. And we're talking about songs like Deny the Cross, Wrecking Crew, Fatal Wave Swallowed. These could be considered thrash metal anthems, and it's performed with energy and relentlessness that you can almost touch on. Songs like Union We Stand and Overkill Part 2 and even Power Surge could be considered, I'm going to just put this out here, power thrash. Songs that give you an impression of being written by a power metal band, but still has enough rawness and destructive feel that it makes it still sound like a thrash metal song. And the variety of the songs is definitely one of the main factors why this album is so likable. I cannot express in words how much I like this album. To me, this album is the epitome of thrash, and I'll even go as far as saying it's nearly up there with albums like Rust in Peace, Ride the Lightning, and even Raining Blood. The songs are well written, well performed, and have a lot of variation to them, as well as the relentlessness and pure soul thrash metal approach. You have one of those few albums in music history that you could call nearly flawless. Switching gears, we're going to look at Game Over by Nuclear Assault. Now, this is their first full album, and it was released in 1986. The gate seemed to open when Game Over just came in. It's equipped with the perfect sound that combines power and pressure in a flawless way. The band celebrates this kind of unique thrash metal. It's enriched with some elements of hardcore and punk, but any kind of primitiveness did not show up. The basic framework was a very thrash foundation. For example, the guitarist had the permission to perform some furious solos, and the songs as a whole were not reduced to the essentials. A song like Radiation Sickness is just a high-speed eruption, and you compare that to Hang the Pope, which is just insanely angry. And on the song Betrayal, there's just a dangerous mid-tempo on there. So the first category are played by the dominant role, driven by the precise drumming of Glenn Evans and the relentless bass of Danny Leica. The band impressed with neck-breaking tracks, with the exception of the nonsensical Mr. Softy theme. Every single song showed an unstoppable force, albeit John Cryas and his Agents of Steel did not play a part in this context. Especially the bass guitar benefited from the highly effective sound of the vinyl. Leica delivered the menacing element of Nuclear Assault sound so that there was nothing left to be desired in terms of heaviness and fierceness, but his performance on the bass is pretty much the trump card of the band. Now, putting aside the raging approach, the guys showed an unexpected talent in respect of writing catchy choruses in unity with the sharp edgy riffs that led to an extremely explosive mixture, and there was further surprising feature. Each and every song had a perfect flow to it. It was amazing to see that the band skimmed on the brakes without neglecting the necessary tension and liveliness. Every member of the groups received song credits, and you think that you would like to call them perfect songwriters, but you could be right. Songs like After the Holocaust, Brain Death would have been highlights on almost every other thrash album. On Game Over, they were just very good tracks, which was surpassed by brilliant other tracks such as Sin, Radiation Sickness, Stranded in Hell, or Vengeance. These fast-paced songs were belligerent, irresistible, and glittered with the maximum degree of dynamic, but the entire debut distinguished itself through its individual character and charisma. The visual design of the album went hand in hand with its excellent sonic content. Ed Repka, the undisputed grandmaster of cover art, had created an apocalyptic scenario in much one of his best works, in the event as long as we do not have to face this situation in real life. The Inner Sleeve collage paid tribute to the predominant trend of the mid-80s, and varied lyrics were printed on the other side of the Inner Sleeve. The closing track on the album, Brain Death, stands out because of its playtime going beyond 7 minutes. It marks a comparatively epic ending and served as the ultimate proof that Nuclear Assault well and truly belongs to the metal scene and not just to the punk/hardcore community. The instrument part of the second chorus has often been blamed for the repetitiveness of this album, which is understandable. With regard to those strengths, this debut was still nothing less than a milestone. And one thing for certain, this album was released on the same glorious day as Raining Blood. Interesting. Stay with guys. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought was the better album. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.